Meet Jon Novick, a 22-year-old filmmaker who lives in Queens. He's a student at Hunter College. His favorite show, The Game of Thrones. But you wouldn't know that because the average person typically zeroes in on just one thing.
The term is dwarf or little person. One or the other is totally fine, just not midget.
Being on the receiving end of endless stares from gawkers is unfortunately part of his daily routine.
It's frequent enough to the point where I think about it when I'm out in public. It makes me aware, very aware that I'm different, more than I'd like to be.
After living in New York City for a year, one incident forced him to take matters into his own hands.
One day I was coming out of work and one individual jumped over me while a crowd of people kind of looked on, and that got me so furious and simultaneously powerless.
From powerless to inspired. The result, Don't Look Down on Me, a documentary where the filmmaker exposes the daily harassment from onlookers with a hidden camera. One thing that I noticed and it really resonated with me was how calm you reacted. I mean, is that the typical response?
It depends on who I'm with. It depends on how I'm feeling that day. You know, like one day I was on the subway and I was on the 7 train going back to Queens when I see a man with his phone out and it looks like he's about to take a picture, and I'm like on the tipping point thinking like, and then I hear the shutter go off. I'm like, okay. I look him dead in the face. I'm like, hi. What are you doing? Are you taking pictures? I love taking pictures. I'm a filmmaker. We should talk about pictures. And he just wouldn't acknowledge me.
If it's not pictures, it's assumptions.
Have you been on TV?
I have not.
You know who you look like?
Who?
Have you ever seen that show, Little People, Big World?
You from one of the show with the little people?
Not that I know of. A lot of people do ask me about the show, like, oh, you've seen the show? Like, oh, it's a great show. Like,
but you do not watch the show?
I do not watch the show.
So I think the first thing that we need to clear up is that he does not watch Little People, Big World. Do not ask him if you see him on the street. That's fair, right?
I suppose.
Novick insists he's not looking for pity with his now viral YouTube documentary. Instead, he wants to relay a very simple message.
There's a lot of different people in the world that experience different things, that go through specific prejudices every single day. And you might be one of those people contributing towards that, and you need to think about it.
Amazing message. Now, if you want to check out Jon's amazing documentary, Don't Look Down on Me, which gives you a glimpse of his day-to-day encounters here in New York, it is up on our website, pix11.com. He's a little person with a very incredible story, guys.
You know, it's just amazing. You know that there's a lot of people out there who just behave badly, but I would never think that people would say the things that they say to him. It's just crazy.
And they keep saying 2014, we've changed, we've evolved. No, we really haven't.
Not everybody.